Welcome to Amelie, game by 2.5 Studios. The same group who made Start Again most recently. This was released back in 2021. It's available as a part of the Queer Games Bundle 2022 this year. And in this case, this game's about the titular character Amelie, who lives in a house middle of the field, far out in the countryside, with her dear friend Lilika, and she's awaiting the visit of her longtime pen pal, Sofia. Advertises getting the perspective of all three characters to reveal the truth of the girls' relationships, the secrets that they're trying to hide, as they attempt to survive the night and live to move on with their lives. Now then. Oh. Where lies your future? Interesting. We'll start with the titular Amelie. The rain never seems to cease at this time of year. It pours from the sky in its unending grief, as if longing for something unseen. Thunder roared in the distance, enough so to make the young woman flinch. But not enough to make her waver. The pendulum clock on the wall swung back and forth, ticking down the time. She seems to be late. Perhaps she's not coming after all, Amelie. There's no need to make such a sullen face. Mayhaps this is for the best. Oh. She wrote that she would be here, so I shall wait. The young lady named Amelie sat upright on the lounge that rested by the entryway. Her back was straight, and her head was level. Do you truly believe it is safe to have visitors during the outbreak? Oh no. Lilika, I believe we have been isolated long enough, and Sofia has written that it is safe. I trust her word. She would not endanger us. And if your pen pal turns out to be a robber in disguise, what then? Amelie smiled. She has a way with words that only a woman could have. A lady robber, then? Nonsense. By the way, Lilika, have you seen my letters? I can't say that I have. A knock sounded at the door, instantly halting their conversation. Amelie rose from her place and took a steady step forward before Lilika raised a hand to her. We know what time period this was written to her during. Allow me. The door groaned as it slowly swung open and revealed the young woman who knocked at the door. She was drenched from head to toe. Amelie stood stock still, unsure of what to say. That only lasted a moment, for the woman at her door bounded forward and wrapped her arms around her. Amelie! Sofia! She blinked before finally allowing her arms to wrap around Sofia's back. That's a cute raincoat. My, is that a raincoat or a giant hoodie? Either way, it's cute. My, you're completely drenched. Did you forget your umbrella, perchance? Or perhaps her umbrella got carried away by the wind. Lilika pushed the door shut, sealing the building. I didn't even think to bring an umbrella. The forecast said sunny all day. My fault for believing it, I guess. I can't believe you're truly here. Me either. About time, right? You're just as pretty as I knew you'd be. Oh. And you too. But what are you wearing? Seeing your house, I feel like I should have dressed up a little more. No, perhaps it is I that is overdressed. Lilika stood to the side, her arms crossed lightly over her chest. Her long hair reached down nearly to the wooden floor. Pardon my manners. My dear friend Lilika is here too. I believe I wrote about her in the past. I remember. I've kept all your letters safe, don't worry. But Amelie's letters, in turn, are missing. As you should. Sorry, but is there any chance you have a towel? Of course! My apologies. I would usually have someone here to attend to us, but everyone's been sent home. Only the three of us remain. Let me fetch you a towel. Amelie knew not to run, yet a part of her felt the need to almost skip in joy. She wanted desperately to be back by Sofia's side, chatting about everything that they'd missed in their letters. The two had been pen pals for as long as she had remembered. Sofia's letter had first been delivered to the manor by mistake, and for some reason Amelie had been compelled to reply. Since then the two had been best of friends, even having not met face to face. Finally meet now in the flesh had certainly been of great excitement to Amelie. She quickly retrieved the towel and made her way back to Sofia's side. Lilika stood a distance away from her, still looking vaguely unhappy. Sofia spun around, a look of surprise on her face when she saw Amelie. Sofia? Oh, Amelie. Please, use this. Thanks. Bring an umbrella next time, I promise. Sofia lightly toweled at her hair and her clothing, drying off from the rain she'd found herself caught in. But if you'd now dried off, would you care for a tour of the house before afternoon tea? That sounds great. Right at the pantry, down the hall's the boiler room. You shouldn't have any need for those spaces. Two walked side by side with Lilika trailing slowly behind. Lilika, I'm sure, feeling awfully third-wheelie right now. These are all the guest bedrooms. I prepared this one for your use. If you find anything not to your standards, you can let myself or Lilika know. Amelie, I have a feeling your standards are so much higher than mine. I've never been in a house that looks like this. No? Is your home not similar? Well, it's a lot smaller. There's no shame in that. You own your own property, yes? Yeah, I recently bought it. Oh, okay, good. With your husband? What? No, of course not. I'm not married. Your father allowed you to buy property on your own? Amelie, I usually speak just like how you write. I'm so surprised. And you speak quite casually. People usually say that about me. Being here around you makes me want to be more formal. What need is there of formality between friends? It's just my nature. I can't help it, but that's true too. This is the morning room. And next door, the dining room. We'll be having afternoon tea in the sitting room here. So many rooms. Upstairs is my bedroom and the master bedroom. I must ask that you don't enter the master bedroom as it belongs to my parents who are currently away. Of course, I won't go poking around anyway. All this walking has made me parched. Shall we take afternoon tea now? Sure, that sounds good. Why don't you have a seat while Lilika and I prepare our food? Oh, I can come help. Nonsense. You're my guest. It would be remiss of me to allow you to lift a finger. If you insist, but I'm happy to help any time. Thank you. I'll be back soon. Please rest. Amelie. Yes? It's nothing. Take your time. Sofia slipped through a doorway and disappeared. Amelie smiled gently, feeling giddy from the bottom of her stomach. Isn't this lovely, Lilika? To have a new face in the house. It feels like forever. Yes, how lovely. I'm glad you're having fun at the very least. Are you not? She is your friend, not mine. I'm always having fun when we're together, Amelie. I see. Are you jealous? Worry not, my dear friend. Of course our friendship means just as much to me. I value you greatly. Just as much. Indeed. Come along, Lilika. Let us prepare tea. Just as much. Lilika over here thinking, are you sure about that? Did you finish the baking yesterday? The pastries are ready for serving. Excellent. I'll just fetch the tea then. Allow me. Lady of your standing shouldn't be doing a menial task, should she? Oh. Don't be absurd. Even Sofia herself seems just fine in the kitchen. Did you hear how she jumped to help? I should follow in her footsteps. What do your parents think of that? So Amelie is clearly the highest social class of the three of them. Sofia possibly the lowest, most casual standing. While Lilika is possibly just enough to be readily welcomed into a place like this, but not quite on Amelie's level. That seems to show. I appreciate the sentiment, but they took with them all of the staff. I have little choice but to prepare my own tea. They took with them all the staff. Her parents did? I see. Then shall I attend to our guest? I wouldn't want her to become lonely. Would you? I'll only be a few moments. Of course. Anything for you, Amelie. It'll be a good chance for you to become friends, too. I'm sure it will be. Lilika left the kitchen with slow, deliberate steps. Amelie turned back to the kitchen. Wonder which she would prefer. Ooh. Green tea, obviously. Green tea would be my first choice. I'm sure Sofia would agree. There. Amelie retrieved her finest teapot and 3 matching cups. Pink flowers blossomed over the white surface. Something about it reminded her of Sofia. You okay? I'm back. Ah. Sofia? Oh, Amelie. I'm sorry, you scared me. Is everything alright? You're not looking so good. What were you two talking about? Yes, I think I'm just a little tired. Good. I'm sorry for the delay, but I prepared the tea and the pastries. So, this is what high tea looks like. High tea will come later. This is just a simple afternoon tea. Will Lilika be joining us? I believe so. Was she here a moment ago? No, she wasn't here. How strange. She told me she was coming to sit with you. Perhaps she's gotten herself busy with something else. Should we wait? There's no need. It'd be sad to let the tea go cold. Uh-oh. This is exactly what she's worried about. Amelie poured the tea into the 2 cups slowly, copying the movements she'd seen Lilika do time and time again. Did you have much trouble getting here? A little. My ride broke down, so I had to walk for a bit. Broke down? Ah, extremely sorry. If the staff had been here, I would have sent someone to collect you. It's okay, it's just a little rain. I just wouldn't want you catching a fever. The medicine stores are running low of late. No worries, I usually carry ibuprofen with me. Ibuprofen? I haven't heard of it. Anyway, I'm glad you arrived here safely. I'll draw a bath for you later to make sure you're warmed up properly. Thank you. Amelie sipped at her tea before looking down at it with a confused expression. Little stale. I'll ask my father to procure a new batch when he arrives home. Where are your parents, by the way? Well, we were separated due to the plague. It took the staff to wait until a cure is found, and left me here with Lilika, as to not catch the disease. Right. I understand. I spent a lot of time separated from my family due to the pandemic, too. It warms my heart to find another thing in common with you, Sofia. I'm surprised to hear that it's safe enough for you to visit. Perhaps that means my parents will be back soon, too. I think so. The world seems to be opening back up again. So what do you do? Locked up in this big house all the time? I usually spend my time sewing or playing music. I used to write, but But? Well, my parents wondered if it was feminine enough. Oh. I don't really think that matters. If you enjoy it, then I say you should do it. Sofia. Then what about you? I'm studying art at university right now. I guess that's what I spend most of my time on. You attend university? Yeah, although I'm thinking about dropping out. Sofia, you truly are filled with surprises. You own your own land and you attend school. How jealous I am. It's like they're almost from two different time periods. Why don't you do the same? Oh no, I'm not allowed. Of course you are. Anyone can attend within reason. But, well, won't it get in the way of my marriage? You're engaged? Amelie shook her head. No, not yet, but I'm already 19. I'm sure my father has prepared my dowry. An arranged marriage? Yes, naturally. I don't think I'll ever get married. Really? Doesn't your family object? I don't think they really mind as long as I'm happy. You don't have to either, you know. Give me so much to think about. Much indeed. I wonder where Lilika has disappeared to. Oh, that's no matter. The evening's already coming, and soon it'll be dark. Shall I draw you a bath? Yeah. Yeah, it's really kind of feeling like, really does feel like... I don't know how to put this into words. That sounds wonderful. To be honest, I'm not hungry, so can we skip dinner tonight? Of course, if that's what you wish. Let me show you to the bathroom. I mean, I believe it, but my father had taps installed. Isn't that wonderful? Sofia's probably here thinking, well, that's a... Like, taps for a bath? That's right. We used to have our maids fill the bath, but now there's no need. Amelie, you're so strange. I have taps at my house, too. Truly, you must live quite the lavish lifestyle yourself. It really does feel like they're out of two different time periods here. It's... wow. I don't know about that. Sofia's just an ordinary... depressed college student. Amelie's living like this almost medieval high-class lifestyle out of a time period long past. This is the bathroom. Allow me to draw the bath for you. One moment. With haste, Amelie entered the bathroom and began to fill the copper bath. It sat in the middle of a spacious bathroom. It was something Amelie was particularly proud of. She smiled at it as it filled before rejoining her companion. Feel free to go inside and make yourself comfortable. I will return with a towel in a moment. Thanks, Amelie. She disappeared inside the room, leaving Amelie alone in the hall. I should like the sconces too. Where'd I put those matches? Right here. Hi! Ah! Give me a fright, Lilika. Where have you been? Preparing the guest room for your dear friend, of course. How kind. Sophia's just preparing for a bath at the present. I'm going to retrieve a towel from the linen closet. Amelie, I think it best you send her home post-haste. What? Why would I do that? For all you know, she brings with her the plague. Sophia says it is now safe to travel. She believes father and mother will be returning soon. I believe it is perfectly safe. And what if she lies? She wouldn't do that. Sophia is a kind and good-natured person. She would not bring any danger to us. She brings the plague that is the outside world. Which I feel like I'm here to stop you from experiencing. Probably at the behest of Amelie's parents. That is my guess. Did you know that Sofia attends a local university? And she lives by herself with no husband. She says that if I wanted, I could also study. The lady of the house must not study, Amelie. Must stay inside the house and await your parents. But I'm sure mother would want the best for me. Perhaps while I wait her, I could go inspect Sophia's school. Amelie? You must stay inside and wait your parents' return. But don't you trust me? Have you ever tried to lead you astray? No, Lilika. I was just thinking that perhaps it truly is beginning to be safe. Look, I brought today's newspaper. Do you see the title? The plague runs rampant. But any notion of leaving or studying away for now, yes? As soon as it is truly safe to do so, then we shall be reunited with your family. For now it is just you and me. Thanks, Lilika. Glad you're here. As am I. Ah, the towel. Let me go retrieve it. Go ahead. The linen cupboard was filled with various towels and bedding, all clean and properly folded thanks to Lilika. Which would suit her? Pink towel? Blue towel? Blue. This blue is almost the same color as her hair. With her chosen towel in hand, Amelie returned to the bathroom door where Lilika awaited her. First knocked at the door. When there was no reply, she opened it carefully. The sound of the tap running still came from inside. Excuse me, I'm coming in. Sophia, I knocked, but I didn't hear a reply. I've brought you a towel. Ah! Amelie first saw a slender, marble-like back. Then she noticed the blue hair that fell on those bare shoulders, one side tucked carefully behind an ear. Oh, Sophia, please forgive me. I didn't realize you had already entered the bath. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. You just surprised me. I'll leave the towel over here. Thanks. Did you tell her that she must depart? No, Is something the matter? Are you feeling unwell? Your face is bright red. Sophia will stay until she decides to leave. As you wish. I'm sorry, Lilika, but the image of that small and beautiful back filled up Amelie's mind. I believe it is only fair after she's traveled so far, and she's my friend. Finish preparing the guest room. I need some help. Sophia, when you're done in there, you can come to your room. On the other side of the door, Sophia's voice came in return. Okay, thanks, Amelie. This bedroom was freshly cleaned, with new linen on the bed and a lit lantern beside it. You did a fine job of preparing the room so far. Thank you, Lilika. Anything for you. I was thinking, tomorrow, if the rain has cleared up, we could open the greenhouse again and have morning tea there. It's been so long since we last used it. Didn't we already speak of this? You cannot leave the house. But surely the greenhouse would be safe. No one else uses it. It's only a few steps from the back door. It's unsafe. You know this. What's gotten into you? It's because of your friend. Oh no. I just thought it'd be nice to at least sit in the sun. Then you may sit by the window in the dining hall. Is it really so unsafe that even taking a foot outdoors would be dangerous? Yes. Sophia, I see you're done with the bath. They shook her head, trying to remove the image that was still plastered to it. Were you talking about the greenhouse? Yes, did you see it when you arrived? I did, but it looks as if the plants inside had died. Oh. It's impossible. It's barely been any time at all since the gardeners left. sure the plants inside are more sturdy than that. But even if they have died, maybe we could go in and replant some things tomorrow. How wonderful! Have you not heard a word I said? It is unsafe to do so. Oh. Oh, don't be such a spoil sport. I think it'll be perfectly fine. Well, it's getting late now. So I'll leave you to retire. If you need anything, my room is just upstairs on the left. Good night, Sophia. Look at that first. The door, which was still hanging slightly open, shifted as she went. Amelie, would you stay for a while? Is something the matter? Just a little homesick. Sophia sunk into the bed, sighing as her head hit the pillow. Of course. Why don't we chat for a while? Then come join me. Sophia gently pet the spot beside her in the bed. In the bed? Okay. Okay. Bed was still rather firm, unused by many guests. Amelie took a deep breath to calm her racing heart before she finally looked towards Sophia. Thanks for staying with me for a while. It's nothing to worry about. Truly, I wanted to spend more time with you too. Really? You don't find me boring? You're the most interesting person I've ever met. Don't be silly. I am being completely honest. You truly are so unique. I think the same about you. I've never met anyone like you, really. I suspect your circumstances are quite unique indeed, Amelie. You've heard so much about yourself, and yet seeing you in person, I fear there's still so much I don't know. There's plenty of time for us to tell each other everything. But tell me something about yourself, something you've never told anyone. I'm partially blind in my right eye. Really? How well can you see? It's okay. Just a little blurry, really. You tell me something. Well, when I was 12, I stole the cookie jar from the kitchen and blamed my brother. I was scolded for hours. What a mischievous child. I'm sure your brother wasn't all too pleased. And actually, it was his idea. He knew I wanted it and told me to tell my parents it was him if I asked. Oh, what a good brother. Where is he now? Did he go away with your parents? Amelie shook her head. He died when he was 16. Oh, I'm so sorry, Amelie. What happened? Scarlet fever. So my family was left with only me as an heir. What worth is a female heir? You're worth plenty. More than plenty. Thank you, Sophia, but some days I'm unsure. It's your turn again. Truthfully, I said before, I didn't want to get married, but that's not exactly right. I do. Just not to a man. I just don't want a husband. Oh? Then... I'm sorry, does it make you uncomfortable? No. I have also thought that I don't want a husband. Whenever my father has brought it up, I felt sick to my stomach. How about coming away with me for a while? Away? Outside of the house? What about the sickness? It's okay now. You'll be okay. You could come stay at my house. I could show you around my school. You don't have to go through an arranged marriage if you don't want to. Oh, you would do that for me. You're my dearest friend, and I actually... No. Lilika? At some point, the two women had gotten close enough together that they could feel each other's breath on their lips. The two parted with reddened cheeks, Amelie quickly brushing her skirt off and standing up. I should be going to bed. Please, rest well. We can talk more about it in the morning, all right? Right. Good night, Amelie. I'll see you tomorrow. Lilika? It's late. You should retire to your bedroom. Yes, I shall. It's nice having someone else around, isn't it? Feels as if the manor is coming back to life. We see Mother and Father soon. I'm sure we will. Shall I see you to your bed? Yes, please. The hallway was darkened, with only a few sconces and candles lit along the way. Usually that would fill Amelie with a sense of comfort. Right now the flickering flames still seemed to make her feel distressed. I think that was because of the way her mind was racing, or the way her heart was beating. She didn't know. She rose up the grand staircase, her eyes lingered on the large stained glass window. The moon shone through the colored glass, leaving a rainbow of colors over the steps. It caught her attention for only a moment before she retreated to her bedroom. Lilika, may I ask you a question? Certainly. Have you ever heard of a woman loving another woman, as a woman would love a man? Where did you hear about such a thing? Oh no. No in particular. Just a thought that came into my mind. You didn't have these thoughts before you invited that girl over. Think you are overtired because of all the excitement, Amelie. Think it best you get some rest. Yes, all right. Good night, Lilika. Good night, Amelie. Good morning, Lilika. I was just on my way to see if Sofia has awakened yet. Amelie. Sofia disappeared during the night. I believe she went to the same place your parents went. What? That cannot be right. Don't run, Amelie. Oh no. Amelie dashed down the hall and knocked quickly on the door to the guest bedroom, which fell open with no resistance. Inside, the bedding was disheveled and her luggage was strewn about. Oh no. This is not true. She wouldn't just leave without saying goodbye. Dear me, I'm sorry. I told you it was a bad idea for anyone to visit, didn't I? Lilika, this isn't fair. I thought... She said we would... There. Come here. Lilika wrapped her thin arms around the young woman, gently patting her on the back. See, you shouldn't depend on anyone else. I'm here. I won't ever leave you. That's a distressing thought. Amelie clutched at her back, tears already falling from her eyes. We'll be together forever. That is thoroughly distressing. Sighed Amelie. Together forever. That is thoroughly distressing.